A function is given, determine the net change. So that's the first part of this. So I'm just going to determine the net change first. Now what we know is that the net change is pretty much asking us, how much did my outputs change? How much did the values change within a certain amount of inputs? So the inputs is going from -2 to 0. My question is, how much did f of x change between -2 and 0? In this case, it's going to be my function at my ending point minus the function at my beginning point. So the net change is pretty much going to be the function at my last point minus my function at the beginning point. So I know that f of 0 is going to be, and if I plug 0 into here, we're going to end up getting 1 minus 3 times 0 squared, which is just 1. So f of 0 is 1. And then if I get f of -2, well, that's going to be 1 minus 3 times -2 squared. And 3 times -2, -2 times -2 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So it's going to be -11. So up here, what I can do is I see f of 0, which I can replace with 1, because f of 0 is 1. And f of -2 is -11, so I can do minus a -11, which is going to be 1 plus 11, which ends up being 12. So my net change is 12. Next, it asks us to find the average rate of change. Well, we know that the average rate of change is pretty much the slope. And the slope is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or in this case, it's going to be y is now going to be f of z2 minus f of z1 all over, now my inputs are z, not x. So in our case, we're going to get f of z2, which is going to be f of my second input. My second input is 0. Minus f of my first input, which is -2, all over z2, which is going to be 0, minus a -2. In other words, it's my net change over the amount of inputs it's going to take. So this right here, if you notice, is the same thing as this. So this whole top is just 12. So we're going to go 12 over 0 minus the -2, which is going to be 2. So 12 over 2 is 6. So 6 is my average rate of change.